Welcome everybody to VAIL VRML Season 1. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's. I will be your sole conductor into today's journey into the VAIL verse as we get ready for a top-tier match between REKT and Global Dystopia, 2 teams that are very high up in the regular season ladder. REKT going 5-2, coming in with the preseason as well. Global Dystopia 5-3. Both teams with rosters ultimately that are pretty dang talented, and I think this afternoon we should have a decent back and forth, but if you were a connoisseur, you would be arguing against that notion, and you would be arguing for REKT here this afternoon. I think Global Dystopia had 1 vote for them coming in on the connoisseur side on the website. And if you don't know what that is, if you go to VRML.com, you can vote on who you think is going to win or lose each and every game in the VRML. Some people have pretty good records on predicting who's going to win or lose. Others don't. Today, 1 person put their bets on Global Dystopia, and I see some people in chat saying that Global Dystopia has a chance this afternoon, and we are about to find out if they will, as we do have a lobby ready to go. And I have given the teams the ready up that they can dive into their first map of the afternoon when they are all ready. And I do see that everyone's in lobby, so we should be starting pretty soon. And it does look like I don't have an idea yet of where our first map is taking us, but I will soon. And while we wait, a quick shout out to everybody that is stopping by, hanging out, and tuning in. Please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. More casts are coming. As a matter of fact, a big one is coming up just next week. It is going to be Acer, or just tomorrow, excuse me. It's going to be Acer versus 8 Basils. Acer, a very talented overall VRML organization in the VR esports level. They are very skilled at playing at a very high level across all of the leagues that VRML has and outside of VRML. It's very impressive to see them play as well as they do, and I'm very interested to see how they play in VAIL, because I haven't had a chance to cast Acer yet in VAIL. I've cast them in, I think, every other league, X8, Breachers. Like I said, they're everywhere, and they're at the top in those leagues, so it's impressive, none to say the least. But I do believe we have our first lobby up here, and I have successfully entered us in to the lobby. We are going to be headed to our first match of the afternoon. What's going on here? No apologies. I'm having a technical issue on my side. Our pistol round, excuse me, starting now on Miru Day. You have kills already coming through as we transition in, so apologies for missing the early pistol rounds, but a plant scan, excuse me, has started. Need to get my VAIL notes out so I can run terminology. All right, some good nades come in. Tabby scoops up 1 over the top, holding down B. Swap teams, because Global Dystopia is the one that is attacking his Rise. Will find the final kill of the round, and REKT will lock in a very close first point on map number 1. We now get a chance to take a look at the active rosters this afternoon over on Dystopia. Odyssey and Beer taking over B site. And interestingly enough, a match split. Alta, Tabby, and Log holding down A. So far, just a bit of utility tossed out, and finally a little bit of shots fired there. As also turn on the lasers. Everyone Love to see their lasers. More shots on that backside of B, and B does seem to be where the momentum is. Double frag coming out over the top from Global Dystopia. And Odyssey is going to open things up with the first kill. Down on direct. Did cost him a bit of health as Beer is here. Another long-range fight. Ulta there, not connecting. And a battle over A side as the smoke comes out. Trying to fight through the smokes. Global Dystopia defense and Tabby trying to hold things down here. Scan goes down and it's on A. Surprisingly enough, I think a little bit of a misdirect there with that all that B pressure. A lot of utility utilized on the defense to hold down B, and it was just, as we fight over A side, it goes the way of REKT again. 3 alive this time on that REKT side, and let's see who scoops up the scanner on REKT as we go over their roster. It's Basil, Maz, Psykilo, Rise, Tarmac. And you kill... Oh gosh, the name is so long. I don't even think I can see the whole name. Look at this, a full stack going on over on the A site. The first kill from Basil Maz opens things up. They are going to get an easy scan. Smalls too, there it is. And A is where the play is at. Smokes are up, a little bit of a rotation. That is going to find You Kill Me with a double. And Beer is going to pick up that frag. Midfield getting pushed now with a great smoke down through the center. A little bit of a counter push though, and just like that, Ulta and everyone on Global Dystopia goes down. I don't think they found any kills on that backside as REKT scoop up a beautiful defensive hold. Global Dystopia having a tough start to this, and this is what the votes indicated this afternoon. REKT, we're going to have a strong series in these 3 maps that we'll be tuning into here. I do like to see a little bit of a shift there in the stack onto the A site. Deploying a variety of strategies here as Log just puts out a predictory grenade, but not that. That would have worked maybe last round as Rise actually opens things up on that A site with Beer going down as an indicator for B site for the push. You're seeing smokes and more utility again coming in. Ulta and Odyssey trying to hold things down on this B site in a trade. That leaves it down to a 1-1 here, and B seems to be the play, but there's also a fight over at A. Got to keep our attention split between A and B site, but our kill does come in. The push is coming through onto B. Rise getting aggressive here. Are they going to consider that full swing? They could find 2 if they commit to it. Back at A, You Kill finds another. Gonna try to get a nade up top. The pinch from the team coming in nicely here. A site's gonna get the scan down, and there's just no hope for Log unless they pull off a big clutch here, and they're not ready. For Tarmac on the side there, and REKT with 3 alive, looking good in these first 4 rounds. Their offensive set going very well for them so far. Let me update the map 1 score as well, as 4 points have been locked in. In our first map of this series, again, if you are just tuning in, you're here just in time. I like the change of pace coming in here from REKT. Feels like they've been getting a little bit more aggressive, a little bit faster in these last few rounds. But as I say that, they're not necessarily slowing things up. As a matter of fact, a little bit of a counter push coming in from Ulta on the other side there. They'll be looking for more onto Rise. And Rise will swing out to scoop up that pick. Very nice job. They indicate more for B, but Tabby is actually going to get the opener over on A site. Thinking of trying to make a dent here towards A, and Tarmac and Rise are alone as Tarmac finds 1. They need 3 more. This could be Global Dystopia putting up a defensive point. Oh, but look at the rotation. Tarmac trying to swing around and flank Tabby. No surprise on the bottom floor, and Tabby will trade. Tarmac goes down upstairs, and first round for Global Dystopia is on the board. Took a little bit of time for them to settle in, get used to the pace of REKT. But like I said, I felt like that was a bit of a change of pace. So maybe we'll see another full stack A coming in here, and who knows, the variety in strats is ultimately what makes a team at the top like this. Oh, and that's a really nice opening smoke to smoke out those stairs. Tabby not ready for the bottom floor push, and the pinch is coming in very fast. A nice bounce late off the wall. That picks up a beautiful frag, but it's a kill for a kill. As Log now tries to hold down A site with some utility. There's a good toss, just a touch short. Another one that catches the side of Log. And Log getting a lot of utility tossed out their way. The smoke denying them the ability to push through and hold that A side push. And where is the support from the rest of the team? It's getting picked apart over at B. Tarmac finds another. Log and Odyssey are all that's left. As Odyssey does reinforce Log over here at A. A seems to be the play. I think they see the scanner down there. Ooh, and a good toss at the corner that doesn't quite catch Log out. It does force the rotation and a nice bit of pushing up there. Beautifully timed. The pinch on the backside from Tarmac picks up the other defender, and there's REKT showing their coordination as a team. Shows you why they're number 2 right now on the NA ladder. And it's impressive to see that they are very in sync. You know, when you watch this squad move, it's everyone moving up as a line. They have their timings down perfectly. They know where their teammates are just through practice, repetition. And look at this play, a heavy utility push on the B, a beautiful frag from Basilmaz that opens things up. Odyssey shuts down one through the smoke, but has to shut down so many more as Rise catches a nade all the way to the backside, shutting down Odyssey. And look at the retake, has to come in here from Alta. Tarmac shuts down one, but not more. They'll go down for their troubles. Alta with a beautiful pickup here. I think they also caught a frag on the backside, and just like that, Rise is alone defending this in a 1v2. The scanner goes down, though. With 30 seconds left to hold this defense, full HP, there's a real chance they could clutch this. They could catch the kill onto Tabby, though, and that would have been the start of things. Tabby was full HP, so they needed that headshot transfer to Alta, whose half was definitely in the cards, but the defuse is going to come in here, and another round for Global Dystopia. Squeezed in there, but nicely done nonetheless. It looked like a very confident move coming in from REKT, a very planned offensive play coming in there. The rotation almost got completely denied, though. If Tarmac had picked up the double up through the mid on that rotation, it really could have been devastating. Global Dystopia would not have had the strength they needed to hold that B site. And again, look at the change. Base good nades coming in. Rise catches a nice frag, another one on the deep side. Tabby picks up one on the edge, and the fight over A side is here. More utility coming over to the top of Rise as they get pushed into that tight corner, but as they gain control of A, they're going to swing down. They're going to challenge Tabby on the bottom floor in the 2-for-1. Net positive ultimately. Back on site. Everyone else has gone down. Basilmaz, and again, Tarmac up through the middle. Successfully being a bit of a disruptive force as we swap sides. And that first half going pretty dang well into the hands of REKT. But we'll see how the offensive swap goes for Global Dystopia now as we get into round number 9. A fast map 1 to say the least, but utility, another good smoke onto the stairs to deny that defensive hold. Puts Rise alone for a moment. We've seen some more smoke utility coming in. Another smoke up over the top. Rise comes barreling forward, but there's the trio to shut things down. A site is the play. They put all the utility into this A site. Nice poke peek out from Basilmaz, though. They will get shut down, and it turns it into a 2v3. Could find a nice flank angle. Tabby and Beer are ready and waiting, though, and so Cyclo will go down. minute left to work with, and I don't know that. I know where Scanner is as we get into a bit of a long-range exchange here between Tabby and Tarmac. Tarmac's the one that comes out on top and then puts Beer alone in a tough spot. They're going to have to watch their flank, watch that rotation. Might even be worthwhile pushing, killing here. Don't necessarily need to. They have 40 seconds left, and they're even thinking maybe a B rotation is in store. Or they're going to allow the plants. Yeah, well.
30 seconds remaining.
Tarmac ready and waiting. Reads the rotation very nicely on the defense up through the middle, and a solid lead. 7-2 here for REKT as they get closer and closer to map point. REKT squad, again, number 2 in NA, so it's no surprise that you're seeing such great utility frags coming in. A lot of those early opening nades from Rise. Quite impressive as we do shift over to B site. Seems to be where the action's coming. Several smokes getting deployed over on B. Frags aren't connecting quite yet as Odyssey does find the opener for B site push, and everyone comes barreling through off that first frag. Counter frags come through though from Basil. Has another over the top that'll catch out Odyssey. Down goes Log, and just like that, Alta's alone. They do find at least one. Out their way for Tarmac up the middle here. That's not someone they're getting ready for, and REKT are feeling confident. 8-2 here on map number 1. Dancing in the pregame lobby. Cyclo and Basil Maz, they've hit some great utility so far on this first map. And a nice frag that almost catches your eyes. Utility is dropping B here though, and look how aggressive this pushing up here from Killen and Cyclo. Cyclo is going to catch one. The rotation up through the middle, though, does challenge Tarmac, but Tarmac has been diligently holding this center down. They know the space well. They'll catch a kill. Alta picks up another, and A site is open. Rotation is coming from the backside, and it does catch the head there. Rise finds a nice pickup. Another beautiful frag kill, and these frags devastating. As the final connection onto Alta comes through from Rise, and REKT lock in the 9th point. Map number 1 going very cleanly into their hands, and a expected start again. If you were looking at the connoisseur votes, there is a lot of folks saying that REKT is the one that's going to be taking this series this afternoon, but hey, it's, I mean, let's look at the thing is that if you keep winning, eventually you're going to get a tough challenge, you know, in your regular matchmaking. And, you know, Global Dystopia are 5-2 right now. Or it's 5-3, excuse me. REKT are 5-2. It's a solid record. They've been playing well this season. It's no surprise that they're getting put up against REKT this week, but they are certainly finding a challenge. And it's one that they might have to be ready for. I mean, they're close at rank 9 to being into that top 7, to auto-qualifying into the postseason. If you can win in the postseason, anything can happen. Okay, if you can win in the postseason, then there's really a chance you can come out on top, be one of 2 teams that gets flown out to VRML Con in Denver, Colorado, July 20th and 21st. Be competing for a $10,000 in cash prize pool. Well, more needs to be said. There's a lot on the line in essentially every game that you play in the regular season, because it's all about seeding when it comes down to it. There's still a chance, there's still a last play chance to get in and that 8th spot in what we call the Challenger Cup, but that's still a couple weeks away. You do have to be an active team though to be able to enter into that cup. So I did see some teams kind of scrambling in these later weeks to get prepared for the postseason. It's exciting. We're getting closer and closer to when it really is down to that prize money, and it comes down to the wire. And I think we're ready to go for our second map this afternoon. As soon as both squads ready up, it does look like our second map could be shuttle. I don't think, no, that's not on the list. Those definitely can't be shuttle. Oh, we're on the shuttle, excuse me, sorry. I don't have the vote yet. Yeah, there's nowhere I can see the vote either, so I think we are maybe into a timeout, as I do see now REKT have one out of lobby. So we're waiting for, I think, one more to connect into this lobby, and then we should be able to dive back into it. As I say that, Fizz is coming in on REKT's side. Interesting to see them bring in a sub, maybe for, you know, specifically this next upcoming map they're going to be jumping into, just to get some practice. Who knows? But we are getting thumbs up across the board here in lobby as everyone seems to be ready for map number 2, just like I am ready for map number 2. I got to get more replays in so we can update some of these picture-in-picture replays. That way, there it is, coming into my side. But yeah, again, I appreciate, in particular, the people tuning in and the subscriptions, but obviously the sponsorship from AX Labs making this season possible. We're so happy VRML is finally doing a season for VAIL. I'm so happy I can finally get into casting more VAIL. I mean, I'm doing 2 games this week, so, you know, I'm going to get more VAIL casts in. You can expect to see more of me as we do dive right into the action for map number 2, and it's going to take us to Sunna. To swap sides, as it is going to be global dystopia on the defense, and I love to see this map in the rotation. I do really enjoy watching teams play it. They've got some really interesting strategies, and we're about to see one unfold here. A beautiful nade. Basilmaz continues to connect with those frags. There's no safe corner. There's no safe ledge to tuck yourself into. Counter frag coming around that doesn't catch Psychillo or Fizz, and another one up over the top that won't connect. We're into a firefight over B site. Scanner down, and look at this, a bit of a counter rotation coming through on the long side. Alta trying to get into the works. B site taking care of their defense though here as Alta and Tabby both go down. Psychillo cleans things up, and with 3 alive, REKT are looking good on map 2. Solid pistol opener, 1-0, and that's to be expected, I suppose, at this stage. Again, REKT been playing very good so far in this series, and I don't think that's going to change. I guess I'm more impressed though with how well this Global Dystopia are ultimately competing against what is, again, a number 2 team in North America. So it's the fact that they are contesting, finding kills, picking up a couple of rounds last game. Basilmaz again opens things up. The Psychillo is getting ready to push into A site. So coming in with nothing connecting here. Psychillo is considering diving through to smoke the challenge Tabby. The Coffin going to give away a little bit of that location. Basilmaz battles over that other side. Log here, holding down the long angle is Tabby. Picks up their first kill. Has to look for a lot more now as REKT are alive and well over at B site again. Full control. Tarmac battling out his Log. We'll take the refrag and we go into a 1v3. Basilmaz finds the kill. I need to get more of those frags in. I'm going to try a first-person perspective round here. see what... I mean, truthfully, we got to watch Basilmaz on the opener because they have connected in a lot of early frags. Very big early frags. And an interesting bit of intentional information given away with those shots to the ground. As there is, well, the first frag, but a smoke that comes out from Basil. Quite ready to push up. I wonder what the play is. I think A site or B site might be in order as Beer catches one looking for the second. Rise going down early there. A site push not going well, and it's going to come down to... Oh, that middle rotation as we get our first replay there. A beautiful frag up over the top. Basil still holding down the center. Tarmac pushing forward, scoops up Odyssey. They're going to be looking for more as Tabby is here, pre-firing the corner. Anticipating that Tarmac to be a little bit more aggressive on the rotation. And Tarmac doing a great job of holding this team down as
30 seconds remaining.
a really nice rotation. A beautiful smoke that shuts down the angle from Basilmaz, but it's not going to shut them down from finding frags. They can't pick up the double, and Tabby keeps this into a 1v1. Scanner is down, and Fizz is alive and healthy, has plenty of HP in comparison to Tabby, who is 1 or 2 shots away from death. And Tabby not aware of Fizz's location in the tight corner, and that'll be another round into REKT's hands. An early 3-0, but it's at this point that we saw Global Dystopia start to kind of get into a bit of a rhythm last map. Maybe now they're going to start to wake up a little bit on their defensive sets. It's going to come down to those early frags connecting too, and I do think that REKT are very cautious of those, trying to avoid getting caught out by those early frags. They've been hitting a lot of them as Fizz is going to be charging forward here. Not able to catch out Tabby as Tabby and Log hold things down on B site. The full press is coming in. A battle that comes into a trade and leaves Basilmaz and Rise alone in a 2v3. Which, quite frankly, looks pretty comfortable. Do they have... I think Rise is going... Basilmaz has Scanner. Can't get over to A quite yet, though. The defense has done a very swift rotation here. Oh, but a nice peek out from Rise. Finds one. There's the second. Here's the third, and wants it. Thirsty for the triple kill. Was going for the frag to get fancy with it, and, well, Basilmaz is the one that does the final bit of killing to clean up the round as REKT. A nice bit of bouncing back from a player disadvantage that round. And again, it's what you'd expect out of a top squad. At this rate, we could be done with 3 maps in under an hour with how quick REKT are moving through on these rounds. And the trouble is, if they wait around too long, nades like that are going to connect. A beautiful toss from Rise over the top as they try to get a little greedy, scooping up their teammates' utility. They will go down for that, but it was a 1-for-1. So again, the teamwork of REKT showing its value as Basilmaz picks up a double. Tabby's alone. 4-0 out the gate, looking to be 5-0 if the defuse, if the interrupt doesn't come in. Oh, what a nice flash, and Tarmac swings for a good pickup there. The utility continues to be the standout element here for me when watching REKT. And map 2, not a whole lot different than map 1. Up 5-0 here. Global Dystopia just having a tough time. Again, finding that rhythm. They at least bounce back from a couple of good rounds. But with early picks like that going the way of Tarmac and not Alta, it does sting for Global Dystopia. The impact may go a little too far, and the trade up over the site leaves us with a 2v3. B site being pushed in the rotation necessary from Log and Tabby, but obviously being disrupted a touch by a hefty artillery barrage. Scan goes down, and Tabby and Log are alone. Log may have the best opportunity. Gonna need support from Tabby up through the middle, and Tabby is trying to time things right. They will catch Rise nicely. Outswings Log. The duo can make this happen, but Log goes down, and now it's a little bit of a challenge. There's one, doesn't transfer to Fizz, though, and Fizz clutching up the final round here. Not the final, excuse me. 6-0, though. Tabby 7-6, leading the way for the Dystopia squad. In comparison, Basil Maz 9-2. A site, a little bit of brawl here. A nice nade from Tabby that doesn't catch out anybody. A little bit surprised maybe how close Cyclo was. They do catch the double, though, and that's one way to hold down A. A nice double kill. No one else going to be over pushing A side, so they'll reinforce B and make it that much harder for Fizz and Rise. And this may be Global Dystopia's round here. As I say that, Odyssey finds Tarmac. The nade came close to picking up one there for Rise, but they'll get picked up, and Fizz is alone. Catches the really nice headshot. There's the double. Looks for the third and can't quite get it. Odyssey shuts it down, and Global Dystopia finally get on the board. In the very late rounds of the first half of this map, they managed to put one on and shut out, or deny the shutout. Still, though, that series point is coming closer and closer for REKT right now, and Global Dystopia do not want to be punched down to 5-4. Might even knock them out of the top 10. An impressive shooting coming in here from REKT. I think that's why he's also standing out on top of the accurate utility connecting the shots. Definitely hitting solid as Odyssey is fending off the rotation to B. Very nicely done. Log and the rest of the team trying to get aggressive on the swing up as Tabby's in the smoke. Alta flies through the smoke to catch some kills. And they'll find the final one. Global Dystopia with a beautiful second point on the board. Just before the half, they get two. Like they did in map 1, but let's see if they can get a few more. Now that they go to their offensive set, that'd be an opportunity. We'll have to see as Global Dystopia. 2 rounds in a row. They looked good in those. That's why I've been. I said it's a solid competitive series here coming in from Global Dystopia. They're just not connecting on some of these big early rounds, and I think the momentum just swings so heavily for REKT. through the smoke, trying to clear their way through the back end of B so they can support the entirety of their team who's pushing here. Global Dystopia fighting over B site, and with a 2 for 2. Alta finally appears out of the side corner and catches their kill, but Tarmac with a long-range nade picks up one. Log worried about nades hitting them, trying to get the scanner down. Does start the scan. Takes them a bit, but it goes down, and they can retreat for a bit of a defensive hold. Basil Maz will pick up the final kill, though, and no more points in a row for Global Dystopia. Oh, nice knife throw. Catches Tarmac in the arm, gets the scan, interrupt, and goes up 7-2. 2 more points for them to lock in a series win and go 6-2. I don't think it pushes them up into first place, but it certainly will get them that much closer. And I look forward to their matchup next week, quite frankly. Especially as we get deeper into the season. These later weeks where it's really going to determine where you sit. Exciting stuff. Cannot wait. We're kind of already here. Week 8 is pretty deep into the season. We've seen a pretty good performance from REKT as Basil Mass catches one. Another nade comes in, doesn't get the second, and a nice counter kill there. Beer picks up the refrag, opens up the side of touch, but not enough. Tarmac finds one through the smoke. Can they find more? On the backside, Fizz ends up cleaning things up. Alta pops out through the middle. They'll go down to Rise, and REKT take it to map point. Round 11, 8-2, one more to go, and they've locked themselves in a series win. We'll stick around to see how map 3 goes, but it will mean that REKT will go up in rank and Global Dystopia will go down no matter what. Side seems to be the play as Basil Maz on the rotation over. There's not actually too heavy of a presence. It's really just Beard finding some successful picks. Ends up opening B maybe a little bit more than Global Dystopia expected because they are not over here at B. And there's another beautiful frag that connects Alta to the head of Fizz. There are still defenders holding things down.
Scan started.
Nice swing from Psychillo, and now we go in with an ace scan down the retake for REKT. A must-win round. Well, every round. A must-win round from here on out is a nicely timed frag. Almost catches Tabby. Does force him onto a bit of a rotation. The double doesn't quite come through for Log. And Psychillo will connect for the final kill they need to take this map 9-2 and lock in a series win. And a solid 2-0 opener here in our first 2 maps. A quick 2-0 opener, no less. Does mean that our third map, obviously, going to take us to Kitty. I hope that's how you say it. I'm sure I'll find out from the folks in chat, but we are headed to Kitty for our third map. And we'll see if we get any more subs or rotations in here before we do drop into that. But while we wait, again, a quick shout out to AX Lab for sponsoring the VRML. 10,000 in cash to this prize pool this season, on top of the top 2 teams being flown out to play live at VRML Con for their North American finals. It is an exciting time to be playing competitive VR FPS shooters with 4 leagues finishing their season live on stage at VRMLCon. It's a lot to look forward to. You can get your tickets right now. You can go to vrml.com/VRMLCon and get all the details. We have links to tickets and hotels. It's going to be an awesome time. We're going to have booths, demos, merch, exclusive stuff there. You're going to want to attend if you can. It's going to be a great community meetup, and I'm really looking forward to the convention this year. We've got a lot of hype around it, to say the least. And, 30 people getting flown out across all the leagues to play on stage. So it's a big deal. It's a big event, and we'd love to see everyone out there from all the different communities coming together and enjoying VR esports. It's going to be a really fun one. We're also sponsored by HyperX. You're hearing my voice on a HyperX Procast, and there's going to be 2,000 in hardware giveaways at VRMLCon from HyperX. So if you buy a ticket, there's a good chance that you'll actually make that money back in a hardware giveaway from HyperX if you attend. So do, again, head to VRMLCon if you can, but a big shout out to HyperX for supporting us there. We're also sponsored by ProTube. How could I forget my favorite mag stock creator out there? This is the mag tube that I have here, and I really do love all of the ProTube products. You can get a discount right now by using code ILOVEVRML at checkout. I'm seeing players do rock, paper, scissors, so I'm not sure over what, but it's certainly to determine something. It does seem, though, that everyone is ready, and Map 3 should be underway soon enough, so there it is. We are headed to Kitty Day for map number 3. The only one left. Again, a reminder that at this stage, out there, we are, the series has been decided. If you are just tuning in, you can see on the bottom of your screen there, map 1 went 9-2, map 2 went 9-2. And we got to swap. No, you can keep teams. As we get into our final map of the series this afternoon, reminder: a big matchup tomorrow, 6 p.m. PST between Acer and 8 Basils. A lot of votes on that one. A lot of folks interested in seeing that series. And again, Acer, a very talented team across all of our leagues. So a match that I'm looking forward to. Let me turn on a few things. Give a bit more info as we do go into our first round. Ace match with a double kill on the frag, swings for the triple, and Tarmac catches Alta down before they can do any more damage. 3v2 on the swing here. Ooh, and they see Tabby, they see Log. Psykillo will pick up one, and they're going to get aggressive, but not before Rise finds the back of Tabby. And REKT take another pistol lead. Got to keep an eye on Basil maps with these frags. They have been impressive with them, to say the least. And 2 kills on the opener. Yeah, that double kill with the frag was huge for taking control over center site there. For now, a bit of a stall there from the smoke, but a nice open. It's a good opener. 1-for-1 trade. They find the second kill, though. And that's Beard looking for their third as they do swing over to B side. The pinch is coming in. All three are here, and Psychillo had no hope of surviving that. The scanner should go down, and now Basil Maz and Rise have to retake and rotate around from A site. Doesn't mean that they're going to catch. A little firefight from the long angle as Rise finds a good headshot onto Alta. Still, though, there's three more alive and well. And Basil Maz will find two. Rise is on his flank here, though. Has to hit several back-to-back headshots, and both Tabby and Log say map 3 is going to be a little bit different as they manage to tie it up 1-1. An earlier round for Global Dystopia, which is nice to see. Slower push over on that A side. A nice pickup there. Basil Maz up through the middle. Smokey is going to push him off. Rise, Log, Tabby all going down on the side there. And a matter of seconds, Psychillo and Tarmac are all that's left. Psychillo does pick up a nice one on the back side of Odyssey, and it's a 2v2. I think Beard and Tabby are rotating back over here. I do wonder if they know that Psychillo is alive. Or that, excuse me, Tarmac is alive, as Tarmac's the one holding down the side, and they were not ready for Tarmac. Beard does pick up the kill, though, and now it's a 1v1 between Psychillo and Beard. Psychillo has to rotate back. They have the scanner, so that'll go down. But the nade is primed and coming in. Beard has to be cautious. Psychillo, but Beard is going to be the win that fight, and Global Dystopia go up 2-1. Quick shout out to, again, everyone tuning in. I do appreciate you stopping by for today's series. Like I said, hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button for more VAIL action. We've got it coming up just tomorrow, matter of fact. Aggression on the B site that's throwing off this Global Dystopia push up through the middle. They have to swing back, and, well, no problem for Odyssey to pick up that double. Another nice frag from Beard turns things back in to Global Dystopia's favor, just like that. Basil Maz is alone in a 1v1 again with Tabby on site. Oh, and after the shots, they know they're there. The reload gives them away, and good plays from REKT. Not allowing any more to get piled on just yet from Global Dystopia. They don't want to let this third map go either. They want to obviously get as solid as a win as they can into their pocket here. Is number 2. You want to, I mean, you're contesting. I think is Acer number 1. I think Acer is. Let me check. Let's check the ranks. Let's check the ladder. No. Yes, Acer is number 1. In NA. Oh, and Beard can't pick up the double. Tarmac does, though. Nicely defending that A site. And it comes down to Alta. Tabby. Alta, though, getting pressed by VAIL. Also had the support over the top. Log and Tabby are essentially alone on their own, trying to push B site. We're running into a bit of resistance. Psychillo is here, and Tabby finds the frag they need to get the scanner down. Can they get it fast enough? Oh, a very fast scanner plant there coming in from Tabby. Able to rotate off before the frags can affect them. Their location away now. Oh, yeah, the rotation. Oh, there's the smoke denying Tabby the option of comfortably swinging out here. Tarmac is pushing up, but Tabby doesn't have to get too aggressive. The scanner has to come through, and there's a really good read from Tabby to tuck in against the smoke. And they can't find the headshot. Well, they do, and the win goes to Global Dystopia in the trade. 3-2. They take the lead. A beautiful defense there from Tabby to sit up against the smoke, and then the headshot connection for the trade. Here does find Alta. The rest of the team taking some shots at VAIL, but they're committed to their full rotation here on the flank. While Fizz and Beard fight things, yeah, where is... Not going to find much. Everyone has pushed B site. Tabby is here again. As Psychillo gets smoked heavily on B. They're well aware that someone is here inside. Ooh, but there is rotation from VAIL that comes in clutch. Tabby finds a double, and it comes down again to a 1v1 between VAIL and Tabby this time, but Tabby gonna get the scan down. VAIL challenges, and the scan goes down, but at the cost of their life, the cost of the round, and the half stays tied 3-3.
Scan interrupted.
The rotation from VAIL a little bit too long, but at the end of the day is timed just in time to be there to deny that scan. And that early aggression had to have been communicated. Alta going down like that. I imagine almost that's why Global Dystopia kind of full sent up to B site, because they knew they were getting pushed. Almost worked. And they're going to go back to B side, I think. A is not on the menu. And also you can see pre-firing waiting as Fizz actually opens things up with a frag this time. Tarmac up through the middle finds another. And a third for Fizz this round. Puts Alta alone. Knows Tarmac's position. Nades utility. Ooh, your eyes almost catches that one. But Fizz will be the one to connect for the final kill, and an impressive round from them. Back in the lead, 4-3 for REKT. But this map, it feels like the others. It's just the later points. Later kills are going the way sometimes of Global Dystopia. And again, I'm impressed with how well Global Dystopia is playing up against this #2 team right now. It is not easy what they're doing, and I think most other squads would be having a much harder time. Who was Tarmac? Finds a very nice nade onto the back of Alta there. Alta just getting smoked and then fragged. Chance of pushing forward here, and another smoke denying the swing up from Beard. It's like a rain of artillery until it's not. An Odyssey. His gun's up and finding the connections. There's a double from Psychillo, and Odyssey's going to try their hand at the fight. Has to be aware of the several angles they're being challenged from, though, and the first half going 5-3 into the hands of REKT. 3 more to go, and they'll lock in all 3 maps this series. The connoisseurs certainly happy with their votes, as they are already successful with a series win going into the hands of REKT today. But Global Dystopia have been contesting and fighting, and it's good to see here on this 3rd map that they're very much still fighting for every point. With a reset, we'll see what can be done. Let's see what kind of aggression comes in here from REKT. The utility continues to fly and connect. Tabby here swinging out, but not finding their connection onto Basil. Basil, they get the scan down and the rotation forced out. From Global Dystopia, Psychillo tucks in tight to find their kill. 2-2. And again, Psychillo on the short corner. Basil Maz drawing the attention and finding the kill. REKT put another on the board. 3 more to go for the series. Or I suppose the clean sweep. Oh no, and a counter push here coming in. Also trying to get aggressive on defense, and Fizz will punish him. Utility does come in, but does not connect. The smoke gonna stall them for a bit, but they're gonna send through it. Fizz confident with the team, as Psychillo's the one that actually catches the kill, and B site gets cleared out. The retake coming through here, but finding its fair share of resistance as Tarmax here, and there's the swing from Fizz to shut things down. Another point on the REKT's board, and yeah, now things are starting to go REKT's way. The defensive set a little bit tougher, but now they're able to set that pace. This is what they've been doing this whole series, really, and it's maybe only when they're not able to set the pace that we see Global Dystopia finding some success, but still, REKT are, it's the coordination and ultimately, you know, the overall fundamental skill of utility and hitting their shots. So Thundertune here and watch these top teams duke it out. As Log is a nice opener. There's a good refract from Fizz, pistol out. Oh, can't snap to Beard in time, though, and now Beard has to hold down sight off of, I believe, a self-flashed Rise. Get too confident, you could lose sight of the victory, and kind of felt like REKT just weren't in sync on that push. Maybe it was a bit of that counter aggression that threw him off, but at this stage, Global Dystopia are going to try anything they can to try and disrupt this REKT momentum. Obviously, the goal to win this 3rd map. I think one thing I really do notice a little bit differently from REKT and Global Dystopia is that REKT confident enough to push through those smokes sometimes with the team. Great nade that backs off Alpha from being able to push forward to that smoke and hold it properly, and Fizz picks up a beautiful headshot double. The retake is coming though, and Fizz is getting surrounded, can't find the 1-2 punch. Nades and utility coming up over the top, and Tarmax alone in a 1v3. Global Dystopia might find another point here. They're not going down without a fight. There's a good flash there on a Tarmac. Good flash, but no push to it, and ultimately a trade, and that's Global Dystopia, the round win, so they allow it as Tabby and Tarmac exchange fire, and ultimately Dystopia put another on the board. Map 3 not going down so quickly this time. Exactly what Global Dystopia need to be doing right now. Not exactly what REKT wants. Not that they need the map per se. The series win ultimately good enough for them at rank 2. But to be up against Acer, you kind of need all the points you can get, so if they want that first place end of season position, they're going to want to shut down this Global Dystopia team right now, but they can't quite do it as Alta finds 2 in the middle. As utility and nades rain down around them. They look for a third and can't get it. Rise stops the energy, stops the momentum, finds their rest of the team and can't get any more kills on the board just yet. Does back off and rejoins the rest of their squad instead of trying to challenge the 1v2 or maybe look for some more utility. But either way, I do think REKT are going to try and sync up a little bit here. Tabby continuing to be a very successful element in this defense, and maybe it is because they're holding down B site. And B has been consistently pushed by this REKT team, but I do feel like A could be on the menu. It's risky considering where the defense is set up. There's a swing out of the smoke, though, from Basil. 30 seconds left on the clock, and now Basil has a 1v2 in front of them. And they're going to get over to A site. Are they going to get the scanner down? They are. And now they're going to be able to defend this scanner. The flash comes in. Basil is certainly blinded by it, but stays tucked in against their wall. It does not overextend. You can most certainly hear the defense here, especially with those shots taking bites the ankles of one. Has to get aggressive. Catches the first headshot. Ring around the rosy we go, and oh my goodness, Basil Maz still alive somehow. The interrupt has to come in as Tabby tries to go for this and stick it. They can't. 8 seconds left. They're doing a great job holding this down, but they will. Wow, they cannot interrupt the scan, and a really good job. I think that was Basil Maz and REKT. Now go to map point for map 3. Really good understanding, obviously, of your timing there. That pre-fire headshot. And then literally just both players swinging around each other. The perfect situation for REKT on defense, but the worst case if you're trying to find that final opponent with seconds left. Wow, it trades everywhere here as Basil Maz goes over to site. Tarmac finds one. And B site gets planted. Log must win this round. Not gonna have a good time of it. The series wraps up with the final point locked in by REKT and the final map locked in by REKT. 3 maps in a row this series, and again, it's what the connoisseurs predicted. It is what the connoisseurs predicted through and through. 2-9 map 1, 2-9 at map 2, 5-9 map 3. Nonetheless, happy we tuned into it. A good fight from Global Dystopia and a fun time in my second time casting VAIL. I'm looking forward to more of it, and like I said, there is going to be more of it tomorrow. Acer versus 8 Basils, 6 p.m. PST on this channel, so hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. But that is our series. Global Dystopia going to go 5-4 on their record as REKT push it up 6-2. Very solid performance here from them, and what you'd expect out of the number 2 squad in NA, quite frankly. Looking forward to their game next week as well, and again, the matchup tomorrow. Do be sure to tune into that. But for now, that's going to be it for me on the caster desk. Quick shout out to our sponsors, AX Labs, HyperX, ProTube, and Helga, the esports bot manager, if you haven't seen that. We do appreciate all of those sponsors. Maybe some more sponsors coming as we get closer to VRML Con, so keep your eyes peeled. But regardless, there's a 10,000 cash prize pool coming through for this season, and that is all thanks to AX Labs. We really do appreciate that support. Again, though, that'll be it for me. My name has been Nightfire with 2 E's. Until tomorrow, stay classy. VAIL VRML is brought to you by XLab, Exclaim, Helga, the esports manager, HyperX, ProTube VR.